Good
morning, dear colleagues. We are starting our briefings today, and with the latest information will be shared with you as Colonel Lysenko, Speaker of the National Security and Defense Council. You have the floor, sir. Good afternoon, dear colleagues. The situation in the ATO zone remains very strained, and there are no real changes. Actually, we confirm the facts of the arrival of new subdivisions of the RF, and also in the Donetsk direction there are new units and divisions, and there is perhaps the preparation for another attack of the terrorists, the militants, on the Donetsk airport. They yesterday shelled the patrol of the OSCE mission during the air movement between the checkpoints of the Ukrainian army between the Shubi and Kirov. According to the official information, upon one of the let's say observer left the vehicle on the actually they shelled him from the jet mortar launcher, and the shell actually fell near the about 150 meters from the vehicle, and sometime later there were several more shelling from the mortar launchers, and again it's already the distance between the car and the shell hit was about 2 and 3 meters, and they're lucky to have no victims or wounded. Actually, Ukraine condemns the attack on the part of the Russian separatists or pro-Russian separatists aimed at the special monitoring mission of the OSCE. Actually, generally speaking, the major directions of shelling the Russian hirelings remained without changes. And the next direction over the last day, the militants used the multiple salvo launchers, Grad, against the Ukrainian troops near the village Novokalinova was Yasnovat district. They shelled from the artillery guns and mortar launchers the checkpoints and the ATO forces near Avdiivka, Petsky, Opitno, Vesely, Krasnogorivka, Brezovo, Tramchuk, and Novomikhailivka. And near Gorlovka, the terrorists actually shelled our positions from the mortar launchers and the air defense units near Shumy. In the Baltsky direction, the A2 forces were shelled from the mortar launchers and the firearms Nikishina, Ivanivka, Magorlivka, and Inakiva. Again, the strain, the tension is growing near the Peromaisk and Bakhmutovsk highway. Again, from the artillery guns and mortars, they shelled the checkpoints near the Girsky and Trukizminka. The Grad launchers were used as well as the grenade launchers near the Shastya. And against Stanishny Lugansk, the border guards again registered the drone flight. Our gunmen actually use and eliminate the forces and the let's say the ammunition and equipment of the terrorists. In Mariupolsk, that direction, again they shelled the terrorists our position near Granit and Bogdanivka. And situation in Mariupol is rather quiet, and everybody works in the regular mode. 5 Ukrainian military men, servicemen were wounded, and there were no killed. No one was killed. Over the last day, there were no clashes at the state frontier between the Ukraine. Last day, the terrorists continued to fire, and the settlements on the territory of Ukraine, which is controlled by Ukrainian government in Lugansk region. Again, they shelled such settlements as Крымские Счастья, Станица Луганска, Червонухин, Трохизменко, Золотые Грызки. We got information about the killing of two and persons of Ukrainian army, and eight civilians were wounded. Two of them also civilians were killed. Actually, they were shelling on the from Popasna and Lugansk district, Lugansk region. Actually, they damaged some of the buildings, like residential buildings, and one of the hostels in those areas. Three civilians were wounded, and they were brought to the district hospital. There is no yet information, the accurate information about their condition now. One more civilian was wounded as a result of shelling on the part of terrorists in the territory which is temporarily controlled by the terrorists. The most tense situation preserves, or let's say holds, in the Stanitsa Luganskaya, and one house actually was completely destroyed. There, as a result of the shelling by the militants of the Счастья, different the Lugansk combined heat power station was partially damaged. During the shelling of Chernuhin, they damaged the fencing of the one of the let's say of the jails near the city, which actually contains about 1,000 persons. One of actually several of them, actually four of them, managed to flee, and one of those persons who fled had to let's say to do his term about 2 years. Again, they signed a memorandum about cooperation between the regional representative office of the let's say the High Commissioner, UN High Commissioner on the issues of let's say of the migrants in Ukraine, Belarus, and Moldova. And now they're trying to prepare those who were temporarily moved in Ukraine for the winter period. Again, the trend regarding the increase of the let's say of the temporary migrants, let's say the persons which had to move their places and move to other regions of Ukraine, from the Donetsk, Lugansk regions. Over the last day, about 3.6 thousand actually found their new housing places. Over the last day, let's say the divisions of the Ministry of let's say of the extraordinary situation in Ukraine found and let's say disarmed 76 pieces of ammunition, including 10 artillery shells, 66 other explosive units and explosive let's say devices. The counterintelligence service of Ukraine managed to actually to frustrate the attempt of the military intelligence of Russian Federation regarding the hijacking to Russia or Ukrainian military plane. Before that, the Russian special services planned to involve the military servicemen here of Ukraine, and you can now. I'm going to show you the video of the negotiations. Who was born in city of Mykolaiv, and he's citizen of Ukraine. Actually, my task was to find and to recruit the acting Ukrainian pilot who will hijack the military plane to the territory of Russia. We are going to provide you everything possible. Let's say you're going to have the house and the place to live in. I mean, in Russia, military rank, pension, whatever is required. And of course you'll get for the takeoff and landing a special bonus. We need to Xerox your documents now, like passports, whatever. They are going to send it to Russia, and they are going to check it. And okay, I was given the task to collect the information about military units, and I had to recruit the acting and the former military guys or servicemen of Ukraine. On 24th of November, some citizens of Ukraine, he flew back. The actually the full version of this video can get after the briefing. President of Ukraine Petro Poroshenko had a meeting with the chief commander of the joint forces of NATO in Europe and the commander of the armed forces of USA in Europe, General Philip Bridlov, who said that in NATO they are very much concerned about the possibility of the Russian troops crossing the border of Ukraine, and since they have the real possibility to do that, and to provide the permanent supply of the necessary ammunition to the terrorists in Donbass. Again, the movement of let's say the cruise missiles, which are going to could move to Crimea, and NATO is afraid that that the Russian Federation is going to use the Crimea as a special platform for the attacking, and they are concerned and try to verify whether they're going to move the nuclear weapons to Crimea. President of Ukraine had a meeting with the Minister of the Foreign Affairs of Sweden, Margaret Wallström, and she actually mentioned that Sweden will continue to provide Ukraine with the support, and including the humanitarian aid to the regions of the Donetsk region, which actually suffered from the actions of the militants. Sweden will be resolute in supporting Ukraine and their sanctions against Russia. The federal chancellor of German Angela Merkel declared that the aggressive actions of Russian Federation in Ukraine pose a threat to the European peaceful life, since nobody and nothing can actually justify the annexation of Crimea. Minister of Defense of Canada, Rob Nicholson, declared about the Canadian government was going to additionally allocate about $11 million to provide the Ukrainian army with the non-lethal military support. Those money are going to be channeled in order to prepare and train the personnel and to purchase the necessary equipment, including the wintertime uniforms and different military equipment. Already today, they sent already the plane with the first batch of the uniform for 30,000 Ukrainian servicemen. Another equipment will be sent by CE at the beginning of next year. That's all. Do you have any questions? Please do. Please shoot if you have any. At the beginning of the briefing, you said that the new Russian troops entered the east part of Ukraine. You know the exact information, how many convoys and where they concentrated. If we had such information, we would immediately share that information with you. We are trying to make sure we have the correct and accurate information about that now. If there are no more questions, Andriy Nikolaevich, thank you very much. We are waiting for you tomorrow with